Good afternoon, dear traders. As usual, we continue to introduce the main market trends to you. Last week's rise in the US dollar index took place mainly on Wednesday and Thursday, amid expectations of the strong US labor market data for March. They came out on Friday and were worse than the preliminary forecasts. The number of new jobs in the US is 192,000 people, while it was expected to grow by 200,000. In fact, the March figure was even smaller than its growth in February by 192,000. Unemployment remained at 6.7%, while market participants expected its reduction to 6.6%. The US dollar index gets reduced on Monday. However, in our opinion, this correction is unlikely to turn into a downtrend. The number of significant macroeconomic data is too small for that this week. The most important news is the publication of the Fed meeting minutes regarding the monetary policy on March 18 to 19, or so-called FOMC minutes. This will happen on Wednesday at 6 p.m. In addition, various regional representatives of the Federal Reserve System will hold a press conference almost every day and discuss the current and future state of the US economy. Thus, the US dollar is likely to vary depending on the rhetoric of these statements. This may cause an increase in volatility and trading difficulties in forecasting the market direction. The point is that the Fed links the planned future rate increase to the unemployment level and inflation. They should be less than 6.5% and 2% respectively. Inflation is normal in the US. It was 1.1% in February and in a frame with the required reserve. The situation in the US labor market is much worse. The unemployment in February was 6.7% higher than necessary. The Fed chairman Janet Yellen has already warned investors that her department may extend the quantitative easing or stimulate the economy by printing money if the employment situation in the US does not improve. As we can see, it is still only stabilized. Investors will wait for any signals from the Fed about the assessment of the current state of the US economy and possible steps to change monetary policy. We believe that the intrigue will be kept until the next meeting of the Federal Reserve on April 29 to 13. But let us go back to the events of the week. The euro vs the US dollar showed weakening last week. We do not exclude that may become a medium-term trend as the ECB representatives continue to prepare public opinion for a possible easing of the monetary policy by the US example. The main goal is to avoid deflation. The consumer prices in the EU amounted to only 0.5% in March. This is far below the target level of 1% that the ECB expects by the end of this year. This problem is most likely to be fixed via emission. Such talks negatively affect the price of the European currency. On Thursday at 8 a.m., the ECB will publish its monthly economic report, which may contain interesting information about future changes in monetary policy. Friday will bring the inflation data in Germany for March. It is expected to be slowed down, which is in favor of emission supporters and could weaken the euro. In general, the beginning of the month and the week are also informative by all currencies: Canadian, Australian and New Zealand dollars and the British pound. On Thursday, there will be the BOE meeting among the other things. The rate changes are not expected, but there will be a press conference important for the pound. Well, in the end of our brief review, I would like to say a few words for those who trade commodity futures. On Thursday and Friday, the important economic indicators of the Chinese economy, such as the main consumer goods, strike out. In our opinion, the preliminary forecasts are slightly positive. We wish you all a successful trading. Read our daily fundamental and technical forex market and CFD reviews. See you next week. Goodbye.